G'day and welcome back to our discussion with the priest.
And after coming, who exactly? The master, his finger has, but the why?
So now we need the law of regression incantation, and we need 37 intelligence to do something. So the quickest way to get 37 intelligence, if you have a look here, I just don't have, you know, that's going to take my intelligence to 10, 15. I'm nowhere near it, right? So I'm not going to bother. What I'm going to do is two things. One, we're going to come to our... Where is he? Where is my Pope? Where's my little Popey? There he is. We're going to come to the Church of Vows. Now, if you come here at night, there's a bell-bearing warrior you can fight, but we're not going to come here at night. We'll fight them all later. They're immensely strong. Yes, we're going to give you a prayer book.
Oh, very well. Heresy, all thing. Oh, very well. Heresy, all thing. Oh, very well. Heresy, all things.
And we want to get the law of regression. Costs 10,000 and needs 37 intelligence, right? So let's get 10,000. And now let's go and get 37 intelligence. So we're going to come to Renala, and I'm going to respec to get myself 37 intelligence. You walk up to her, and you say, talk.
Art down.
We use a larval tier. So get this up to 40. And we'll take our vigor up to 50. And we'll take our mind up to 20. And really, I don't need any mind. Okay, well, we'll just do that. We're going to come back and change it anyway. So now that we have done that, we can't actually use our sword anymore, but you know what? It doesn't actually matter. What does matter is that we are heavy. It doesn't really matter what you look like, because what we're going to be doing is coming back to the Erdtree Sanctuary. We're going to go out the west door. Now, we may need to kill an enemy here, but I don't think so. In case we do, let's put our clay on. Okay. I mean, I'm fairly sure we don't need to. Oh, but we do actually need to equip the spell. Sorry. So you have to equip the spell Law of Regression. Or the incantation. And this is an incantation that requires intelligence. That's why it's just all kinds of weird. But there you go. Now you can see I can suddenly do all these spells if I wanted to. But I don't want to. There we go. Law of Regression. And again, there is no way in 100 million years that you would know you needed to do all this. But of course, that's the spell book we grabbed from the top of the Erdtree Sanctuary. So we've grabbed that spell book. We're going to come down here again. I actually don't mind that armor. Sorry. I don't know. No, not sure. So when we come around here to the right, we can see that this says regression alone reveals secrets. So we're going to cast the Law of Regression. And that is going to change the statue. And now we stand on the message that says Radagon is Marika. Radagon is Marika. And we can see that Marika and Radagon have become the same. So we go back to the West Capital Rampart. And I want to make it daytime so we can actually see everybody. Now we're only going to do this thing here, and then we're going to respec back to our normal build. So again, if you run, like I'm just holding down run, then you can usually run around behind Great Axe Guy and he won't follow you. So if you tuck around to the left here, you'll notice he hasn't followed you. You haven't triggered him. You should be alright. We're running around here. And back to these guys to tell them the secret that I've just discovered. And tell him Radagon is Marika, dude. He gives you the sign. Exhaust that dialogue. Yep, pretty exhausted.
What on earth did you do to the Master? Well, not that I'm complaining. Master's finger moves again, resuming his cogitation. More than good enough for me. I haven't the words to thank you. So I'd like to pass this on to you instead. A glimpse into the heart of the Golden Order. Documented by yours truly. To think that Radagon was Marika herself. Or at least, such is all I can interpret from the rhythm and calculus of his finger. How would such a thing even have been possible, I wonder? Sadly, I cannot comprehend it myself. Do you have a fuller understanding? Well, either way, in truth, it matters very little whether I understand. I am merely his scribe.
So you can study the incantations. If you want more incantations here, you can take them. And again, we're going to quit and reload. Make sure we've exhausted all the dialogue. And we're nowhere near finished, unfortunately. So this is a lore quest. This quest is telling you all about the players in the broader story and whether or not you should bring order to this.
Ah, you were well then.
So there's no more incantations to be had here. Now I'm actually going to go back and respec straight away because I'll forget, apart from anything else. And when you respec, it's very important to remember what you need. So remember that I need 21 faith and 15 dex. So I only need 15 dex for this. Okay, so we need 15 dex for that.
Ah, is it thy way? Now.
15 dex for that. I don't need any intelligence. I do need 50 vigor. I need 30 strength. I want 20 endurance. I want 20 mine. And I'm pouring the rest into faith. Now I've almost got 50 faith. We'll do that till we get 50 faith. Okay, so I'm on heavy load now because I didn't do enough, haven't put a lot into endurance. That's all right. Let us take the pants down. Raging Wolf Greaves, Hoslows. Can't wear Blythe, too heavy. And there we go. So now we're going to go to the mountaintops of the Giants. And if we have a look up here, north of the ancient Snow Valley ruins, so you think here, right? So this is where we are. We're going to go onto this bridge. We're going to jump up here, and then we're going to go to here, right? So we can do that several ways. We can actually walk down to here, cross the bridge and do it that way, or come around here and get a lift spring to take us up. So let's try doing this. And we want to head down to, basically we want to go to number 3. Let's see if we can do it that way. Number 3 is over there. And we've got, remember, the Death Bird happening over here. Death Buddy. But when we come to number 3, we see that thing which we don't want to deal with. Come across this bridge. And there's the ruins. We really want to go to number 2. That's the ruins there, Stargazer ruins. Alright, but we're not going into the Stargazer ruins yet. We're coming over here to that bridge. So, I'm hoping we can jump up. And when we come out onto the bridge, we see them both here. Grab a Somber 9, and we're going to chat to both of them. So chat to Goldmask. Not that these conversations are particularly enlightening. Chat again, just to make sure he heard you, inverted commas. Chat to Corin.
Nice to see you. I can't believe you've come all this way. I've been gripped by a terrifying thought. The rhythms and calculus of the Master's finger betray a suspicion of the holism of the Golden Order, a conceit, I am afraid, that cannot be overlooked. Oh, but how could this be? I dread to even entertain the possibility, but somehow I cannot cast aside my doubts about the Master. Tell me, have I simply lost my head? Only, if the Master were true to the Golden Order, why would he think to breach this forbidden mount of fire? Oh, Master, put my mind at ease. I want to play.
Poor Corin. Now, if you want, you can give him a tonic of forgetfulness, but we're not going to do that. We are going to quit and reload. We're not going to give him a tonic of forgetfulness. We want him to go a little bit cray-cray, unfortunately, to face up to reality. We're not giving any of these guys the tonic of forgetfulness. Macbeth does not let you forget. Now, Come on. Come on. Come on.
Ah, nice to see. Do you need something?
And now you can still study the incantations, but and you can buy Discus of Light, which is these are Golden Order incantations. So you can see they require intelligence as well as faith, and they scale with intelligence as well as faith, right? This stuff is all faith. This stuff, those two, those are Golden Order, Discus of Light and an Immutable Shield, etc. Okay, so that is all we can do until after we have burnt, and that's why he's worried that we're up here, because what happens up here, of course, is, I'm going to get rid of all these, is the fire giant. What happens is we come over here and we burn it. We burn it to the ground. And we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to go, the way we're going to work through this is, I'm first of all going to come over here and I'm going to grab hopefully, if I don't die, I'm going to try and grab the largest of the talismans. So we're going to grab the next one of these up, the maximum arsenal charm talisman. But after this attempt, Caelid is done, this is done, that's all done. We're going to head up, and then the capital is done, and so we've come through and we've done the ruins here. As awful as it is, we'll go down the Church of Repose and try and see if we can't take on that ninja, and then we're going to head up into these areas up here, and we've already done the Castle Sol, the Shack of the Lofty. We'll have a little look in the Spirit Caller Cave. We'll have a look at the church. We'll take out this dragon. But for the rest of this episode, I'm going to show you how to get the Arsenal Charm, the Great Jar's Arsenal. So you've got to come through this area. Now all those little piles of balls explode. So as you can see, I'm just sort of jumping over them. If you are running, if you are like, sorry, not running, but if you're clicking 0 and, you know, you're accelerating quickly, then that thing won't get you. The first shot from this guy should miss. And then you want to go left. We're heading up there, but we want to go left because he's going to shoot again. Remember, the guy behind you is also firing, so you can, if you want, kill them, but you have to kill both. Because if you go to fight him, the one behind him will start attacking. So you can see I'm just riding up the hill as quickly as possible. And I'm riding around behind that. Once I'm behind it, because they're still shooting, and what you don't want is them shooting while you're busy trying to deal with the situation up here. So these are the Colosseums, and this was added before the DLC, and this is the Caelid Colosseum, and you know, we've already opened up the Leonia Colosseum. I think it's called the Leonia Colosseum, the Limgrave Colosseum, the Caelid Colosseum, and you know, there are other Colosseums that we're going to Colosseum that we're going to open up for our dancing pleasure. But once we've opened this up, I quit and reload because that de-aggroes the giants, and it means that I can do what I have to do here and not worry about the giants. So what's going to happen here is slightly annoying. There are 3 summon signs on the ground after you chat to the jar. You've got to chat to the big jar, and he brings his defenders. Now, his defenders are going to have 3 signs on the ground, and the 3 signs on the ground will change if you quit and reload. So if you have a look at them and you don't like them, you can quit and reload. But you have to fight and defeat all 3. And you have to not die, and you can't save in between them. And if you don't defeat all 3, you need to come back again and fight all 3. So you talk to him, he shakes a little bit, and now we can see the Knights of the Great Jar's signs, and here they are. So there are 3 of them. Right, so the first one is going to be a guy with a magic greatsword, and this one's got magic, and this one's got bleed and magic. So 3 mages plus bleed. All right, that's not bad for us. I don't hate that. So the way to do it, I think, is remember you've only got 1 flask, and you're going to need to use that maybe in the middle. So I'm going to take one of these out first and be ready to do lots of Taker's Flames. All right, so the first one went pretty well. Okay, so we've used up about a half of our Taker's Flames. This one's going to be a bit more buff. That's why I wanted to grab him, because he's got Jeren's mask, which means he is a bit of a Death Knight. He's down. So what I'm going to do now, you can see that he's Death Knighted me. I've still got that stuff on me. Right, I'm still burning with a bit of that awful Death Knight flame. So I'm going to buff up all of them. And fight the third one, who's a straight up and down wizard. I didn't give the wizard the chance to use Moonveil. So when you defeat all 3, you can chat to him. And he shakes and rumbles and gives you Great Jar's Arsenal. So we're going to put that on. And if you have a look at our equip load, it's 79.8. And now that's going to go to 81.2. It's not massive, but it is substantial enough that it makes a difference. It doesn't actually make a difference to, like, a substantial difference to what kind of armor we can wear. However, maybe I can wear some more robust pants. Yeah, I can wear Blythe's Greaves. So that's good. And I can I wear heavier gloves? No, that's all I can do. Okay. All right, so now that we have finished off this area here, we're going to go up into the mountaintops of the Giants, and we're going to have a little look. We've had a look through Castle Sol. Let's go back through Castle Sol through the main gate and get all the bits and pieces that are in there. So we came through here before, powered through, killed the guy, moved on with our lives, but now we're actually going to come through. I'm going to put a marker here to remind me that there's one of those guys there, because we're going to want to come back and start stealing them. All right, so I'm going to put this on. We are going to fight this Herbert. Ow. Okay, one of them's down. Oh. And the second one's down. So we pick up some sombering, some really nice somber weapons. Somber Stone 6 and 7, which we want. And we now have this whole Castle Sol opened up to be ravaged by us. So here we are in Inverness, and we're just going to come through and take everything. Those 2 lions were pretty much the toughest enemies you're going to face, apart from just the knights. Lots and lots and lots of invisible knights who become visible just because you're standing there. So that gonging is going to keep happening unless you go outside and defeat the mausoleum and get it to sit down, which you can do. It'll just stay sitting down. But I prefer to deal with all the mausoleums later on when we've got Placidusax's solved, so that I can get lots of copies of that. A nascent butterfly for your dancing pleasure. Always like to swing around and see who's up here. Okay, good. Yep, we might get down there. So pick up the fan daggers and we'll just have a little look around. All we're doing now is we're just sort of having a look around the battlements, just seeing what's here. Really? How's that fair? Oh, whoa! All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's 2 of them. Okay, so... yeah. Okay, we got 2 lots. We got 3 of them. 3 lots of ballistas, all trained on us. Okay. I hear what you're doing. I see what you're doing. All right. So the good news is we've taken those guys out. And I suppose while we're here, we can grab the little shiny in the corner. Another smithing 5. Okay, we're just running and gunning. Right, we went up this way, didn't we? We looked over there. We looked over there. We came in here. I think we can largely ignore it and just climb. But what I might need to do is attack from distance. It looks like I'm going to have to do a little bit of my own ballista action, doesn't it? So how am I going to do that? Let's see. Alright, so he's just throwing bombs. I wonder if these will reach. Oh yeah. Really, you're not bleeding? Why aren't you bleeding? Is it because you're a ghost? Alright, so we got that one. Oh, what is... Oh, it's... Really, they're explosions? Oh, come on. Alright, so he's sending explosions. Okay, well, let's take that out. Let's put a bow on. And let's put on something funky. I'll just use these. I don't even know how. Oh, that's good. So he has buggered off. And that one's not even available yet. Really should be like getting poisoned here, dude. And then I should be able to hit that guy in the head. Are you really shooting your own? Okay, so he's doing that, which probably means I can... Yeah, I can get across there. Let's do it. All right. So. Excellent. All right. Well, we'll leave it here and pick it up next time as we rampage through the castle.